Good day everyone, and welcome back to APP002, English for Academic and Professional Purposes. Today in our APP002, we will be having Module number 23. It's all about writing the survey report. And here's our lesson objective. At the end of the lesson, you can definitely write the survey report. Drawing conclusions from the survey results is one of the last steps in conducting a survey. Most researchers find writing the conclusion as hard as creating the introduction to the survey because these two segments act as the frame of the study. A conclusion is considered effective only when the readers feel that they have gained something new and interesting from reading the survey and its results. An effective conclusion is one that makes an impact regarding the issue at hand and is able to drive people to create decisions and take action related to the subject of the survey. Conclusion can contain any of the following. First, recap the key findings of the survey. Make a synthesis, not a summary. Oftentimes, the conclusion is mistaken as a summary of the survey report. Although it contains the vital points of the survey, the conclusion must be a synthesis of the survey results, the interpretation of such, and the proposal of a course of action or solution to the issues that emerge from the survey. Present generalizations regarding the responses. The conclusion must answer the queries presented by your survey goals and objectives. In writing the conclusion, your mind must be set on fulfilling the very purpose of conducting the survey. Now let's go to the guide questions in writing the conclusion and recommendation. First, what was your survey methodology? Let your readers know what data collection techniques were used. That could include online survey, in-person interviews, paper questionnaires, telephone surveys, and others. Be sure to include if a data collection service was used or which data collection software system you chose. Next, what did you find out in your survey? Briefly explain some of the findings from the survey research. You just need to highlight a few important, unusual, or surprising results. And the last question is, what should we do now? It is also a good idea to briefly let your readers know what your recommendations are up front. Now let's go to the 10 do's and don'ts of conducting survey research. First, don't spend a ton. Now, survey research may be costly, but there are plenty of tools that exist that could have the functionality you'll need to succeed. Number 2, don't reinvent the wheel. Do some research online to find out if somebody else has done a similar survey. If so, see what you can borrow or repurpose with some of the questions. Number 3, do actually use the results. Lannan suggested to take the time to set goals and understand why exactly you need the data before diving into the survey and research gathering. Number 4, do keep it simple. Survey questions that are worded poorly or surveys that contain unnecessary information will send your participants running in the opposite direction. Number 5, don't make your survey too long. It's hard to believe that people have short attention spans, so make it short or make it brief but concise. Number 6, do test your survey. Testing your survey is a way to see if you're generating the types of responses you were hoping for. Testing your survey will help eliminate any confusion. Number 7, do be selective with open-ended questions. Remember, you're the professional and you know your audience best. You know what types of questions are realistic for your participants to provide answers for. Number 8. Don't rank a comprehensive list of items. You might be tempted to give your audience a list of all your products and services and ask them to rank them for importance. Instead, Lannan suggests asking respondents to rate each individual product or service on a scale of 1 to 5. Number 9. Don't forget to ask these two questions. How important is the product or service? How well is the product or service being implemented or delivered? According to Lannan, this approach will tell you if resources are being wasted. And lastly, do find an analyst to interpret the data. Data analysts can help find patterns and dig deeper into the key groups of respondents besides simply the top-line results. Now let's recall the parts of survey report. First, we have introduction. It should include the background of the study and review of related literature. Next, we have methodology or procedure. It includes scope of the survey, respondents' profile, purpose of the study, and data collection methods and tools. Next, we have results and discussion. It includes tabular or graphical presentation, textual presentation, analysis, and discussion. Next is summary and conclusion. It includes findings, recommendations, and conclusions. Lastly, we have appendix or appendices. It includes interview transcripts, photographs, and questionnaires.